No, I'm not saying he said nothing wrong. I'm saying that Burkina Faso can't tell South Africa what to do. Pakistan can't tell South Africa what to do because we don't take money from them. They are not helping us with aid. But if somebody gives you billions and he asks you a question, you have a right. He has a right to ask you a question. Donald Trump is wrong in his assessment, but he's not wrong asking.
To them on treatment. So we are marching on. We're not sitting in self-pity and crying because we believe this crisis should not go to waste. It's a wake-up call to say, please stand up on your own.
It's about the stoppage of funding, and it is entirely within their own right. I mean, it is their money, and in many ways it's a wake-up call on our part as South Africans that we've got to find ways of being self-reliant, of relying on our own resources, and that is what our people expect, even within our fiscal constraints and challenges. So this,
whatever your personal views might be, you've got to represent government policy or DIRCO policy. And that's what ambassadors do. If you find you can't do it, you must come back. So what Rasool said was completely outside the norm of a diplomat speaking in a foreign country to which he's accredited, even if he is speaking to a home audience. And, you know, whether or not the action and steps taken by the United States were justified, well, that's another matter. But
at the moment, all we said is this: we're not going to roll over and say, oh, we're going to die because money has been... No, we're not doing that. That's why even 3 weeks after the first announcement, we launched a campaign to look for 1.1 million people to put on ARVs. 1.1 million people who are HIV positive people. We must reach them by December. Today we are launching a campaign, even with those announcements, to look for 5 million people and screen them for TB and put them on treatment.
So this is a matter that we are discussing, and our sovereignty is important, and our sovereignty as a country should also mean that we must find ways all the time to look after the welfare of South Africans within or with our own resources. So this is a matter that we are going to be discussing, but what is prominent in our own minds is that the welfare and improving the lives of South Africans for us is prominent. And so therefore we must focus on it.
But we cannot have a simplistic idea that while we say there must be an ambassador, that you must put a white ambassador for a white president in the United States. And so many people have said, what is diplomacy? We tried the conventional diplomacy and tried to...
I must say, yesterday his rally at the airport was also the performance of an activist, not of an ambassador.
For medication, especially ARVs and anti-TB, we buy them with our own money. It's not foreign funding. 90% of all the ARVs are bought from our own fiscus, and 10% is covered by the Global Fund. But we need to be on our own.
With regards to the United States, our ambassador has come back home, and obviously it behoves on us as a government to mull over replacing our ambassador. The United States is the second largest trading partner to South Africa, so therefore we need to have top-class representation in the U.S., and that is something that we are still working on.
That there is no merit in the idea, or that there's merit in the idea of land confiscations. We could not ignore that. And so we had to go to what is the diplomacy of Ubuntu, the diplomacy of mutual interest.